Welcome to the BetMoorSports podcast. I am your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Steven Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
Yes, sir, and it's week 5 of the NFL. We got so much to talk about, everything that took place this week, what could take place next week. We got some NBA. We got all types of sports coming back, so if you're trying to get money, it ain't nothing but money out there for you to get. You got hockey, baseball, college football. We got college basketball coming back. We got NBA come back next week.
Next week.
It's
next Tuesday.
It's that time of the year. If you don't know now, you know. If you're a sports fan, this is our holiday season. For sure. With that said, let's jump right into week 5. Week 5 was, as the other weeks, it was a pretty good week. And that week started with the Colts and the Broncos. The Broncos constantly losing games, close calls, and then lose. Russell Wilson is not meeting expectations. Guru, they lost 12-9. Russell Wilson threw 2 picks. He threw for 274 yards on 39 attempts, but he still ain't throw a touchdown, and he still threw two picks. What's next for Denver?
The draft. Time to get ready for the draft, man. That's pretty much all they can hope for, because they some trash.
What do you do when you got a $250 million player that is not performing?
See if you can get some of that money back.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. I seen a meme the other day that said Future was trying out for the quarterback of the Denver Broncos.
Oh my gosh, Future! Hey, he'll win too. Well, let me not say that again. Golly, all the they ain't here for the Russell Wilson slander, or are they?
I don't know, but they ain't got no choice right now.
Straight up.
Them people is terrible, and he looking even worse. Now he's saying he got a torn pectoral muscle.
Oh, my God. They just gave him a reason to take a break. They're like, stop playing real quick.
But I remember debating with Denver fans during the off season, and they was swearing me up and down that they had a top 5 wide receiving core, and the quarterback was the only thing they was missing. And I would like them same guys to come back and tell me that I was right, that there's some trash and they want the quarterback. It's the team.
Well, I mean, it is what it is at this point, right? But I can say this much. I stand by my pick for Denver in the Super Bowl. Not for them to win, but for them to go. I cannot be clearer than this. Not for them to win, but for them to go.
Stop reminding the people that you was so crazy in the offseason that you put Denver in the Super Bowl, man. People might have forgot, Avery. Don't remind them.
You're right.
You said Denver was going to the Super Bowl. People might not make the playoffs.
Oh my gosh! I sure hope they. I'll check back week 10. All right, next up we got the New York G-Men, the New York 4-1 G-Men, coming live from the NFC East.
New York football Giants, man.
Nobody has expected the Giants to be anywhere near where they are right now, and I'm proud of them. I'm 100% proud of them. If I was a fan, I'd be talking so much trash. People look at me like I'm stupid. Even if my co-fans will hate me.
I definitely didn't see us being 4-1 at this point, man. I figured we'd be 5-0, but we took a loss to a division rival.
Yeah,
you know, at home in a close game. But 4-1 ain't bad.
And it was a close game. It could be 5-0. Can you imagine what that'll be like? Oh my gosh.
It'll be a parade in downtown Norfolk, hosted by me.
Easily. Y'all beat the Green Bay Packers 27-22. Aaron Rodgers finished the game with 222 yards. That means y'all defense was putting in some work, even though he threw 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley showed up. He got hurt, left the game, came back, and went crazy.
Yeah, that's what Saquon do.
Guru, I'm gonna take a moment, and I'm gonna say this to everybody: you was right about Saquon.
Hey man, look man, I appreciate it. I hope your boss man down there at ADP see this and say and recant his statement too, because I seen his comment in the comment section and say I was being a homer when I was going with Saquon Barkley.
You was being a homo.
No, a homer.
Oh.
You never hear anybody saying about no damn homo. You can get us kicked off YouTube. Can't say words like
what?
that, Avery. I said a homer.
Oh, my bad, my bad. but y'all played an outstanding game. Y'all actually had to play from behind, or y'all had to come back. So, that says a lot about the resilience and Saquon. Like Saquon and Daniel Jones played a pretty good game
Oh, I
too.
was about to say, did you miss him? Because
Yeah.
he played an intricate part in the win too.
Absolutely, he won't super trash.
I mean, he won't trash at all. Saquon left the game for a good period of the third quarter, and we went on 2 scoring drives.
Man, that's you're right.
Without Saquon and without your number 1, number 2, and number 3 receiver.
Yeah, because y'all personnel is weird. It's
man.
it's that I think that's what's so shocking about y'all being in the position that y'all in. Because y'all personnel, like y'all starters aren't there, especially ball catchers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Pause.
relying so much on y'all relying so much on Saquon that I think y'all need to, I don't want to say reevaluate, because you keep feeding the hungriest player, you know what I'm saying? But y'all rely on him so much that if something were to happen to him, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Wearing them down, but we're going to get healthy sooner or later.
Listen, and imagine what happens when y'all get healthy. That's all I can say to that.
Create more running lanes with Saquon.
Saquon gonna lead the league in rushing for sure if he stay healthy. Next up, we got the Steelers and the Bills. The Steelers 1-4, Bills 4-1. The Bills beat the shit out of them. They was up 30-3 at halftime. Josh Allen at that time had 350 yards passing. He had already threw 4 touchdowns. I think the first play of the game was a 98-yard touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. Then he turned around, and at some point within the first half, he threw another one.
I just seen you made a trade for Gabriel Davis in the fantasy league.
I
Man.
did.
Who is signing off on these trades? Because I have not seen a trade to sign off on yet, man. I think you're doing some co-commissioner conspiracy underground work. Every trade that you get before I get a chance to see it, it's already approved.
Listen, all I know is somebody offered a trade.
You can't sign off on your own trades, Avery, because you the co-commissioner.
It's a valid trade. Is it not a valid trade?
He a bad
I'm saying,
crooked politician, man. We had Fred on the show one time. You done turned into Fred all over again.
Hey, that's how. Hey, shout out to Fred, Blue Label. That's all of us say to that.
Some people might not win another game. Fred, you can go ahead and pay now.
It's straight up. Go on, pay it. But yeah, man, Josh Allen went crazy, finished the game with 424 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He also led the team in rushing. He had 42 rushing yards.
That's sad.
Gabriel Davis, he went stupid. He had 3 receptions for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3 catches? That is
That's stupid.
Bruh.
We're going to do a number going deep.
And Pittsburgh won't do nothing but going to sleep.
Pittsburgh did what they needed to do. Got George Pickens the ball and got him over that total.
Got him over that total. Hey, that's what matters now at this point, especially for the Steelers.
Did you see that Buffalo is trying to get Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley?
Bruh, first off, there's no chance in hell they can get Saquon at this point. New York Giants fans will go crazy. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine?
I'm preparing myself.
Now, Christian McCaffrey, I get it. Like, I think they got us in the running for him, too.
Yeah, y'all like number 4 or 5 on the list of teams that's in the Christian McCaffrey race.
Sweepstakes, yeah. If we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. I don't think he's going to
Y'all
stay
don't really
healthy
need him, you
Right.
know, but I'm bracing myself for the organization to do something foolish with Saquon, you know.
Man, I sure hope that y'all new personnel make better decisions.
And he came from Buffalo, so he might feel like he owed Buffalo a favor.
Oh, my God. Listen, that'll be the worst move possibly in the history of
It's possible, but what if we can pull off a Herschel Walker type trade that Dallas pulled off when they traded Herschel Walker and built the whole goddamn team around Troy Aikman?
Yeah, but ask yourself this. What you think y'all willing to take for him? For Saquon, what do you think Buffalo would have to give y'all in order for y'all to give him Saquon?
They're going to have to give us the farm. They're going to have to give us everything in Buffalo, including, what's them boys' name that rap out of Buffalo?
I don't even know.
What's their names, man?
Some rappers?
Yeah, you know the rappers, man. Conway, Benedict Butcher, and all them boys, man. They got to give us the whole Buffalo.
Hey, it might be worth it. I don't know. Well, I don't know. It might not be worth it for Buffalo at this point because Buffalo doing such a great job.
Yeah, they looking good. Baltimore let them off the hook.
Yes, they did. Baltimore let a lot of people off the hook. For some reason, it's a habit that they got. Next up, we got the Chargers and the Browns. The Chargers beat the Browns 30-28 to improve to 3-2, while the Browns dropped to 2-3. Jacoby Brissett played well, 21 for 34, 230 yards passing and a touchdown. Austin Eckler went crazy, 116 carries for 173 yards and a touchdown. And Mike Williams had 10 receptions for 134 yards and a touchdown. Them boys is balling. Guru, give me some input on this particular game and how you think the Browns is doing up to this point before they reach the Watson era.
The Browns keep finding ways to lose games that they should win. They had the Chargers actually, and should have and could have easily won that game, but they find the ways to lose games that they need to win in order for Deshaun Watson to come back and have them guys in the right position.
It's like they took their foot off the pedal. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for them because what they're doing is sometimes I think they feel like they got the game, and then they stop doing what they did in the beginning. They run the game is crazy, so I feel like they should be able to maintain.
Feed Nick Chubb, man, and let Amari Cooper get open off the run action fakes. You know, they got a solid receiver that's making it easy on Jacoby Brissett. Stick with what's working.
Exactly. 100%.
You know, stick with what's working. You know, to be honest, Cleveland has played in too many games that have gone over the total, in my opinion, because that's not how the team is built, especially with Jacoby Brissett. You're not built to win shootouts.
Right.
You built to grind the football, grind the tempo of the game down, play good defense, and win close games like Denver is losing, 12-9 type games. Right. You're not supposed to be playing 30-28 type football games in Cleveland because you're playing with a backup quarterback, a career backup quarterback.
Yeah.
To be honest. So if you're scoring 28 points, in my opinion, and you lose a football games, then you are failing Jacoby Brissett.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, listen, they doing better than I thought they was, personally.
Yeah, they are, but they 2-3, and their schedule was favorable at the beginning of the season.
Yep. And a lot of those games they definitely should have won. Next up, we got the Bears and the Vikings. The Bears actually they had the Vikings kind of shook. But the Vikings pulled it off 29-22. Kirk Cousins, he finished 32 for 41, 296 yards and a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, he had 18 carries for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Justin Jefferson finished 12 receptions, 154 yards. Them boys is balling in Minnesota. That's for sure. And I'm just trying to figure out what Kirk Cousins got to do to mess this up.
Kirk just got to play steady, man. But do you want to take this time to apologize to Tay for saying that the Bears are going to have a better record than the Vikings? Or are you going to wait till mid-season or the end of the season?
Not at all. Because guess what? The Vikings collapse the same way. They fall all apart the same way. Get to mid-season, they'll fall apart just like the Cowboys do. I'm just saying.
You're going to have Cowboy fans coming from everywhere looking to attack.
Tay, you take it the way it is right now. You enjoyed that 4-1. We'll see what happens in the end. But, yeah, you're right. Cowboys fans be losing their damn mind out here.
Yeah, they're gonna be on your top boy about the Cowboys mark. Boy, sitting pretty right now, 4-1. They excited.
Listen, they are excited, man. But they got a hell of a game coming up, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Next up, we got the Lions and the Patriots. The Patriots beat the crap out of the Lions, 29-0, and the Lions been showing up these last couple of weeks. They haven't been able to really finish strong, but they'll show up. They took Philly to the edge, but they took New England nowhere. New England beat the crap out of them. What's the difference in this game than the other games, Guru?
New England not the easiest place to play in. Plus, if they got a subscription to BetMoorSports.com, they seen the write-up on the game where I said that Belichick was going to run the ball, keep the ball away from Detroit's offense, because Detroit has been scoring over 30 points a game and giving up over 30 points a game. So they only did one of what they've been doing all season, because they gave up, 29? So they almost gave up 30, and they ain't scored nothing. So Belichick got a way to kind of scheme your best options out of your playbook. So if you don't have outside playmakers or the ability to improvise, and you allow Belichick to have his way, then you're going to get results like you got. I think New England ran for almost 200 yards if they didn't run for 200 yards.
Yep. Stevenson had 161.
You see what I'm saying? So if we can do that, we can get the ball to the running back and he can run for 161 yards then.
But even then, people showing up. Zappy, is that his name? That's the rookie. Jacoby Myers, he had 7 receptions, 111 yards, and a touchdown.
It's easy to do when you can run for 160 yards with one player.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sooner or later put some extra men in the box, and you're going to leave the secondary, kind of susceptible to the passing game.
Makes sense.
It's still Detroit, so
Yeah, I mean, it's still Detroit. Damn. Too bad you can't say that about the Jets and everybody else that's still. All right, we got the Seahawks and the Saints. It was a pretty good game, 39-32. The Saints won, improved to 2-3. But Geno Smith is another level of player right now. They lost, but he connected on some throws that made me feel like, what the hell? Like, he was putting the ball in places that only Tyler Lockett can get it. Tyler Lockett actually finished the game 5 receptions, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith had 268 yards with 3 touchdowns, 16-25. And Taysom Hill, man. Taysom Hill is
too much Taysom Hill in that one.
9 carries, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then he threw a touchdown.
Too much Taysom Hill, man.
And he
Swiss
recovered
Army knife.
Literally. My man vision is crazy. Like, when he's running, he can see some stuff that I ain't seeing.
So when are you going to, as an offensive coordinator, design plays to get him the ball more often? Especially with Alvin Kamara and the weapons that you have on the outside, it should be easy to kind of design plays to get him the ball more often.
But you don't think if they design plays that it becomes playable? Like, it becomes easy to play against it if there's design plays for it.
Yeah, but if you don't design plays for it, it's even easier to scheme for him on the bench.
I would think that when he coming in the game, he just coming in the game on some flow. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you don't win football games. Like, what I'm saying is, if you got a quarterback in place and you can find plays to get him the ball, like on jet sweeps and plays out the backfield, plays in the slot, different schemes. Mm-hmm. You got to scheme up different packages, like I always say, to get your playmakers the ball in space and often in times in the game.
Right. I got you. I can dig it. All right. The Jets beat the Dolphins 40-17. They ain't just beat them. They beat the shit out of them. Zach Wilson ain't do a damn thing, though. 14 for 21, 210 yards. Raheem Mostert, he showed up this week. He had 18 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown. And Breece Hall, that's who Obo.
Somebody keep begging me for Breece Hall in the Fuller Fantasy League. Please, whoever you are, what's his name again?
My man Fred.
Stop worrying me, man. Stop sending me these bogus trades that don't make no sense for nobody.
Fred trying to get him. He'll get whatever. But the Jets showed up, man. Listen, they coach was Rob Saleh.
Yeah.
He showed up at the press conference like Tim Tebow did that year when Florida lost that game. He was like, I promise you, no team's gonna work harder. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say those words, but he showed up like, I'm taking names. You know, I am not forgetting this shit. And right now, he proving his point. You think the Jets got a chance to make it to the playoffs?
No. Hell no.
Hey, you never know.
You definitely never know because it's any given Sunday, but hell no.
That's some funny shit there. All right, next up we got the Buccaneers and the Falcons. The Buccaneers beat the Falcons 21-15 on some controversy. Tom Brady finished 35 for 52. He was 351 yards and a touchdown. Marcus Mariota led the game in rushing, 7 carries, 61 yards. And Leonard Fournette led the game in rushing for he led the game in receiving, oddly enough. He had 10 receptions, 83 yards, and a touchdown. It was some drama in Tampa Bay. They got a roughing the passer call that wasn't a roughing the passer call to pretty much everybody and their mama. Is there anything that NFL can do about that call?
They need to do something, but I honestly want to touch on that a little later because there was a ton of those type of calls, and we just need to kind of address that individually once we kind of get through all the breakdowns because it was a call in that Kansas City game, man, that blew my mind.
Bruh. And these dudes getting paid for this.
Referees, man, they're getting paid every which way they can get paid. You know, they're getting paid from the NFL. They're getting paid from Vegas. They're getting paid from everybody except
from
the
somebody.
team at BetMoorSports. And we need to kind of see if we can pay them their handicap even more better than we already handicapping. Because if they doing and making calls like that, we need to be in on that action.
Something ain't right. That's all I can say about that. Something ain't right. And it made me think of that Donahue shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's happening. You know, Tampa Bay, though, they still don't look too impressive to me. You know, they got away with a win, but they don't look. Tom Brady looked like a guy whose wife is leaving him and sleeping with the personal trainer.
Oh, damn. Whew.
He looked like he just here, but he ain't really here.
He just kind of going through the motion.
Right.
I mean, he signed up for it, so he kind of got to follow through, you know. All right, next up we got the Titans and the Commanders. Titans beat the Commanders 21-17. Carson Wentz threw for 359 yards on 38 attempts, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry had 28 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Brown for Washington finished with 2 receptions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, these dudes is racking up the yards right now. Don't nobody value stats, or at least defenses don't, because they're getting toasted. Right now, the Commanders is 1-4. You think they got a chance to make a run, make a change?
Yeah, I think they got a chance to make a run at Bryce Young next year with the number 1 pick at the quarterback position,
They
or
need
C.J. Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever they decide to get at quarterback next year, you know, they'll be picking high in the draft, like top 1 through 3.
Never fails.
No, I told you from the beginning of the season, man, I'm not never betting on nobody with the name Commanders. It's just not a good football team.
It's so strange because you would think that they would at least improve. It's like they digress.
They are. And you see what Ron Rivera said. The man say, listen, Coach, why are the teams in the NFC East playing so much better? Or why are they so much better than – and man ain't even let him finish the question. Say the quarterback.
Quarterback.
Oh, my gosh.
Threw Carson went straight
Under the bus,
like,
bro.
Is y'all watching the same games I be coaching? Like, the quarterback, man, our quarterback is some trash.
That is messed up, bro.
Then he came back and apologized to Carson Wentz. But how can you apologize for saying that on national TV?
Yeah, it's too late at that point. Once it come out your mouth, bro, that's it.
When I first saw it, I thought somebody was joking. Then I saw him actually say it out his mouth, and he had a look on his face like, "Are y'all seriously asking me why we 1-4?" The quarterback.
That's deep. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's deep. That's like your mama calling you a bum. Like that is man. Shout out to the Commanders and their fans. Next up, we got the Texans and the Jaguars. Man, Trevor Lawrence played a shitty game, even though he threw for a ton of yards, 286 to be exact. He also threw 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. But my man Damian Pierce showed up, 26 carries, 99 yards and a touchdown. And Marvin Jones Jr., he had 7 receptions for 104 yards. Guru, I think one of the last conversations we talked about was you were saying that the Jaguars was for real. You still feel that way?
I know the last conversation we had about the Houston Texans against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I told you that if I was looking for a dog to win head up, it would be the Houston Texans beating Jacksonville because they had beat them 8 straight.
Yep, you did.
If you recall the Guru and the Schwaman podcast, I told you that Houston was my best team.
And if you ain't get money, you ain't get money. Bums are bums. The Texans is bums, but Jacksonville is starting to show their norm.
I
Their
think,
usual.
like I said, I still think Jacksonville will be fine, man. It's just certain matchups. If you lost to a team 8 straight, sometimes it don't matter how good you playing or how bad they're playing. They just got your number.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it don't have nothing to do with the coaching. It don't have nothing to do with none of that. It's just the team. When you see them different helmets and you see that Houston symbol on the side of the helmet, you just get scared. And can't perform to the best of your abilities. I don't know why it's like that, but it's just like that. Just like Indianapolis can't win in Jacksonville, no matter how good Indianapolis is and how bad Jacksonville is. It just is what it is.
Man, that's deep. I ain't think people got scared when they saw Houston on the helmet.
No, but if they beat you 9 straight, then I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah. Golly, 9 times straight. All right, well, look, let's take our first break. We're 27 minutes in. And guess what? We're going to pay some bills. Check them out. BetMoorSports. We'll be back. Welcome back to the BetMoorSports podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Steven Trotman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we got a special guest in the building today. If you don't know, you know we got the owner. Y'all know the commercial y'all be seeing all the time? He own it. Tommy Cutler. Tommy.
What's going on?
Hey. Every time I heard Tommy, it made me think of this. All right, listen, we got more NFL to talk about. Once we get through this, we got a ton to go through with Tommy, because it's Tommy. I mean, what? I'm just saying. All right, 49ers beat the Panthers 37-15. Jimmy Garoppolo finished 18 for 30, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jeff Wilson Jr., he finished the game 17 carries, 120 yards and a touchdown. And Smith with Carolina, he just finished with 69 yards on 4 receptions. I mean, that was irrelevant, but I mean, it is what it is. Guru, what you think about this game?
Pretty much as I expected, man. Carolina is hot garbage.
Hot trash. Doo-doo stain
And
water.
the last time San Francisco played Carolina, they put up 51 on the Panthers. So, I mean, it is what it is. Baker Mayfield found a way to get out the lineup. I guess he hurt now. And look like downhill for the
Ain't that what he
Panthers.
do when they lose?
He found a way to get an
He
injury.
find a hurt. Oh, and the drink of the day for us is Crown and
Terramana.
Terramana.
Tommy had the last of the Terramana.
yeah. Tommy finished it.
Show him, Tommy. Show him what we had.
Yeah, Terramana.
Yeah, y'all
Whole bottle
already
gone.
know how we do in the BetMoorSports studio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We come to drink and think.
Drink and think.
Talk a little sports.
Sound like a paint night.
Think and drink. That's the
straight up.
That's the next paint night. Think and drink while you paint.
Oh shit. Next game we got the Cowboys and the Rams. I think the Cowboys showed up and proved that they are a defensive team for sure. Cowboys beat the Rams 22-10. Matthew Stafford finished with 308 yards on a touchdown, but Tony Pollard led the game in rushing, 8 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. And of course, Cooper Kupp, he had 7 receptions, 425 yards, and a touchdown. Guru, is the Cowboys for real?
Depends on what you mean when you say for real. Like, you be asking these questions, I think you be serious too, and you be knowing what you be doing, man.
Listen.
Like, what do you mean when you say for real?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what just happened. When it went to you, I just heard piano playing, slow music, and it's slowly zooming in on your face while you answer the question. When I say for real, are they Super Bowl contenders?
Hell no. Stop playing, man. Super Bowl contenders. No, not at all. But they got the recipe to be Super Bowl contenders in all actuality because they can stop their opponents. But you're going to have to be able to score some points, and they've been able to score enough to win the games that's on their schedule. The Rams, I know they're on the phone right now with Andrew Whitworth.
Oh, yeah, they need him.
They need that left tackle bad. They definitely need Odell or some kind of receiver that knows the system that Sean McVay can scheme up to get all the eyes off of Cooper Kupp. But the Cowboys, I know their fans are overly excited. You know, you can't shut them up. They 4-1. They winning games with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is undefeated as a starting quarterback now. People are saying Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott, and Dak trying to hurry up and rush back from that thumb injury.
Terrible. It's weird. Like, all right, so let me ask you this. Cooper Rush right now is 4-0. The way it looked, Dak is not going to play this week. If he beat the Eagles and he become 5-0 as a starter, is it why? Or not even the question. He go 5-0 as a starter. They bring Dak back and they lose. What would that mean for Dak and for Cooper Rush?
Well, Dak definitely gonna lose when he come back. But before I speak on that game right now, I want to ask Mr. Cutler, do he feel Cooper Rush will make it to 5-0 by beating the Eagles?
Absolutely not.
If y'all don't know, man, my man Tom is an Eagles fan, a diehard Eagles fan, and he think the Eagles going 17-0.
Yep.
I wouldn't say 17-0, but you know, I can see a lot of promise in this season, as I predicted before the season started. Just got that feeling, man.
You do know you've been making the same prediction since high school.
I ain't felt it like this.
I ain't felt it like this.
We're pretty young.
It's a different feeling this time.
We got a lot of balance, man. We balanced this year.
Yeah, y'all are balanced, and I think the question that y'all had going on was y'all quarterback. And he answered that shit up to this point. I mean, he could still fall off the wagon, you know what I'm saying, like a crackhead. But up to this point, he has answered the question. He's put that team on their back and ran with. A matter of fact, the Eagles beat the Cardinals 20-17, and Kyler Murray threw for 250 and a touchdown, but Jalen Hurts rushed for 61, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't think he threw for a touchdown. Actually, he did not throw for a touchdown because he destroyed my parlay. I had him throwing a touchdown.
Yeah.
But he ran for it, and Dallas got ahead 95 yards. So he came to play. They all came up to play, and the Cardinals are the Cardinals. So, Guru, do you think the Eagles going to win the NFC East?
I said that from the beginning of the season.
You did.
That was my preseason pick. I actually felt like if y'all rewind some of the tapes and go back through some of the podcasts, if you ain't watched the podcast, man, go back and watch them over again so you can see some of the stuff that was being said prior to this point. But I said that I felt like the Eagles was the best team in the NFC.
Tommy, do you agree?
I feel that we the best team in the NFL right now.
Well, you got the record to back your claim, so I can't even argue with that. You're the only undefeated team left in the league.
Well, we showing a lot of momentum in a lot of directions that people just didn't expect. You know, Jalen Hurts is coming into his element.
Yeah.
You know, he's been there before. You know.
Yeah, I mean.
So he's just getting familiar with his territory.
He's a winner for sure.
So, I mean, that's just, you know, it was just a matter of time before it took place. Let's see what happens.
We definitely gonna see. We gonna see more than anything. And one thing that we tuned it in for is that Sunday night game.
Yeah.
We gonna be locked in. We gonna be loaded.
Ooh, that Sunday night game gonna answer a lot
And
of
you
questions.
can see who the guru likes in that game on BetMoorSports.com.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because man, I think that's the game. I'm looking at the one game parlays, and I don't even feel like I want to do it for that game because it's a ton of options, but I want to focus on the game. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but I just know this game gonna ask so many questions that you kind of got to focus on. It's gonna ask questions about Cooper Rush and the Cowboys. It's gonna ask questions about the Eagles overall. It's gonna ask questions about the NFC East overall. It's a ton of questions out there, man, that just need to be answered, in my opinion.
It'll be a defensive game. You know, we'll see which defense is gonna show.
Okay. Yeah, that's what has to happen. You got to kind of see the various defenses and how they show up, because defense is what's going to make the difference for the Cowboys. I can't say that defense is what's going to make the difference for the Eagles, because they are great on both sides of the ball right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. We'll see more than anything.
It's another situation where, like Houston and Jacksonville, for some reason, the Eagles see that star on that helmet and they just get scared over the years. They ain't been able to beat Dallas, man. Like, and it's been times where Philly has had the better team and had the better scenario in the situation at the time of the game, and they just find a way to lose.
Mm.
You know, for some reason, they play their worst football
against the
against
Cowboys.
Dallas, especially if Dallas come out in them dark blue jerseys.
Oh Lord. But that might be because this is Dallas Super Bowl. You know, Dallas is looking to capitalize off of this win and run with it for the rest of the season.
You slandering a lot of these Dallas Cowboy fans, man, because I don't believe that they feel like this their Super Bowl.
Listen, well, when is their Super Bowl? What's their Super Bowl?
When the actual Super Bowl get here.
Exactly. They're going to be at home
Yeah.
watching it with us.
You ain't lying.
All right. The last game on Sunday was the Bengals and the Ravens. The Ravens actually won this one. They didn't blow the lead like they've been doing all year.
They did, but they found a way to kick a field goal to win it at the end.
Okay, so then they did blow the lead. It was the norm, business as usual, but this time around they finished strong.
Yeah, they found a way to win the football game, man, and it was not the most exciting game to watch. Lamar Jackson did pretty much nothing, and
you would have thought that that's the more exciting game to watch.
And Cincinnati did absolutely nothing.
Do they ever?
Yeah, sometimes like Jamar Chase look like he in that sophomore slump.
Man, I hope that ain't true. I hope that ain't true. If that's true, bro, man, we'll see though. We'll see. And then the last game of the week, week 5, was the Chiefs and the Raiders. It was a back and forth game. Patrick Mahomes, he finished with 292 yards. He had 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns that was thrown to the same person in less than 26 yards. I don't know what to say about that, but Devontae Adams, he finished the game 3 receptions, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and
one assault case.
100%.
I saw that.
And then Josh Jacobs, he finished 21 carries, 154 yards, and a touchdown. Let's talk about that Devontae Adams assault case, because like right now, that assault case was like, it was like, dude got pushed, and while he was on his way down to the ground, it was like he was like, yeah, nigga, I see money. I see money.
Yeah, he definitely went from 5 figures to a guaranteed 6 overnight.
Easy. And
he ain't gonna settle for no less than $100,000.
Yeah.
Listen, and at this point in time, he gonna pay it because of the distraction that it's gonna
Absolutely. The man I'm talking about, as soon as he hit the ground and bounced up, he was at the precinct.
He did
Filed
bounce
charges.
straight to the. That is,
Man ain't make it out of Kansas City before the charge was filed against him.
he knew what time it was. That's for damn sure.
I would still be laid out in Kansas City right now waiting for my check. I wouldn't even have got up.
I don't even want to leave till I get the check. Let me get the check
I
first.
want to make sure everybody in the world see me laid out.
You say, let's settle before I get up.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm
Straight
still
up.
down here, man. You see how hard he pushed me?
Get me up. I ain't moving till y'all move me.
Exactly. I need
Straight up.
the same way they bring the gurney out there for the players. I need y'all to bring the golf cart, pick me up, drive me to the locker room, straight to the ambulance, and to the hospital.
Oh, man.
Concussion protocol. I would have been a concussion protocol and everything.
All right, Guru. So everything that we done talked about, man, this whole week up to week 5, or week 5 is over now. We are at week 6 now. My question to you is, who is your MVP up to this point?
Same as it was last week, Pat Mahomes.
I'm at Pat Mahomes. Let me ask you this. Was there any team that surprised you last week?
Actually, man, to be honest, the Giants. The Giants being able to beat Green Bay surprised me a lot. You know what I mean? Even though I said that I felt like we could beat Green Bay, you know, sometimes when you go out there in the game and you lose your 2 corners that started the game in the midst of the game, you know, you lose wide receivers, Saquon go out for a period of time, and you still find a way to win a football game, that actually surprised me.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, again, y'all are the surprise of the season right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think by week 10, if y'all still a surprise, y'all are no longer a surprise, and y'all are literally a legit squad, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's step it up a little bit, just a little bit. Up to this point, Guru, what team do you feel like is the most overrated team in the NFL right now?
It's so many.
It is a lot.
It's a ton, to be honest. The Rams is definitely one of them.
Absolutely.
You know, the Rams is definitely one of them, and the team they beat in the Super Bowl is another one. Matter of fact, hold on, let me say this. The whole AFC West is overrated at this point.
Oh, my gosh, you hit that right on the
The Raiders overrated, Denver overrated, everybody but Kansas City.
Chargers.
The Chargers overrated, but the Chargers going to make a turnaround. But Kansas City is the only team that was actually underrated coming into the season that's showing improvement, because they felt like Kansas City was going to take a slide back when they lost to Cheetah. And they look better.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, when you force a person like Patrick Mahomes to actually have to play and not have those security blankets, I think you kind of open up a different beast. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's spreading the ball out in a way that his skill set is showing. I mean, his skill set showed, but now he got to show it. It has to show. You know what I'm saying? And he is definitely pushing it to the limits. I feel like the most overrated team right now is Dallas. I feel like Dallas has yet to overcome the adversity needed to show your greatness, if that makes sense. I'm saying it in the sense of their defense is substantial. We know Micah Parsons is a beast. He probably a top 5 MVP candidate. But I don't feel like that's enough to put them where they're being put.
I don't see them being put nowhere.
Listen, from what I see, the only place that they're not being put is above the Eagles, and the only reason why that's the case is because the Eagles is undefeated. If the Eagles was 4-1, do you think that the Eagles will still be in the position that they're in, or would it be debatable to where either Dallas is better or not?
Well, you know, Dallas fans and the media is going to find a way to hype Dallas up every year. And if they start a little successful at the beginning of the year, it's just going to be overhyped.
Absolutely.
So I see where you're coming from with that, but Denver is way more overrated than Dallas. It's
Absolutely.
A bunch of more. Like, yeah, I say, the Raiders. I think what they won, one football game?
The Raiders, yeah. But my perspective was the reason why I feel like Dallas is overrated. I'm basing it off of the successful teams.
Right.
You
So basically what you're saying is they're in a position where it look like they're going somewhere, but we all know those who watch football for years and years and years know that they ain't going no damn well.
Nope, they're going to fall on.
Well, then, hey, man, I would say that too, but I already know they ain't going no damn well. So.
This is per usual for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just
this
not
ain't
with
nothing
Cooper
new.
Rush. And it's not like they turned Cooper Rush to turn their season around and Cooper Rush went 4 or 5-0. You know what I'm saying?
Dak Prescott liable to lose his first 2 games out the gate.
Lord have mercy.
They got Detroit when he come back. I think they're going to try to bring him back against Detroit so to make him look like.
They need to. That's the perfect plan.
And that's a team that'll beat Dallas too,
Yep.
Detroit.
Yep. It's if they bring him back at Detroit and then
lose?
they lose,
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
Fans going to be in an uproar.
I'm so glad I'm not a Dallas fan.
This is getting real interesting.
It is. We'll see what happens. I'm all for it. All right, let's talk some NBA because as we know, next week is
Next Tuesday.
NBA season. The season is back. We back in it. Hey, the Guru. I need some money, bruh. Straight up. And I know you got what it took to put the money in my pocket.
You better know it.
Let me ask y'all this. So we're going to start with verses, right? Normally we start the show with verses, but this time around we started the show with NFL, and we're going to go 2 verses. And our verses today is going to come based on players that was drafted by the same team. We got 2 players in mind, in particular Russell Westbrook and James Harden, both drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Played together, went to the finals together. Then they split apart. Then they played together again, and they split apart again. So the question is, who would you build your team around? Tommy, this question is for you and for the Guru. And I'm going to start with the Guru. Who would you build your team around? Westbrook or Harden?
If I'm looking at who's had the better career thus far, to be honest, this is probably the most even verses that we done had, you know, to be honest. I think, honestly, they both kind of at the tail end of their career. So,
Yeah.
you know, I guess coming into their career or in both of their prime, I would probably say, without knowing how sorry James Harden would be in the playoffs, I would say James Harden. Personally.
I understand that. I mean, listen, that's not bad.
Now, we factor in the fact that we know James Harden disappears in the playoffs and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
You know, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah. Playoffs what matter. Tommy, what you got?
That's why I said if we don't know who he gonna be in the playoffs, then I would say James Harden.
Okay. Tommy?
I'm gonna say that we know who he gonna be in the playoffs. I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook. You know, he's more of a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my opinion, you know, he gets to it, hustles hard, you know, and he can score. He can lead. So
he's definitely shown that he can lead. I think the only problem with his game is his 3-point shooting. And, I mean, to a degree, his mid-range. But he definitely is a leader. The only thing I've seen from Russell Westbrook that stand out is he has an inability to lead when he's on a team with more leaders. If he's on a team without leaders, he's the leader. He know the ball going in my hand, I'm going to take over when I feel like taking over.
Right.
I'm going to do what I want to do. But when it's a little different, he got other leaders there with him that can do the same thing that he can do to a degree. Then he kind of, I don't know whether he take a back seat or what it is or whether he have to take a back seat. I don't know. But I know he has shown the ability to take over a team when he need to take over a team.
Right. Absolutely.
So, in my opinion, I picked Russell Westbrook too.
I think James did the same thing though when he was in Houston by himself, and he didn't have a great cast around him in Houston like talking about. But he showed the ability to have Houston as the top 2 or 3 seeds in the West.
Right, you're 100% right. I think the problem with James is James was passing all the balls and scoring all the points. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing Russ do most of the time.
Russ won't necessarily scoring all the points. He was more so focused on passing the ball, and he was making his teammates better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that from James.
I think James made Clint Capella and them guys a whole lot better. He got them guys some money because them guys won't really
I'm going to tell you why.
known names in the league.
Right, but he got them guys money because Clint Capella, he's tall. He got a lot of rebounds from all the shots that James took.
And he got a lot of alley-oops from James.
He got a lot of alley-hoops, and I think that's based on all the shots that James took because some of them probably weren't alley-oops. It was probably just air
But
ball.
James won't shoot in a bad percentage is what I'm saying. So I think they both got an MVP, or do James not have an MVP? James got an MVP?
I think they both got it.
I think they both got an MVP, right? James done led the league in scoring too, I think. Before.
He got
Russell.
I think he led the leading team multiple
Russell
times.
done had triple doubles, averaged a triple double. So like I say, this is one of the probably most even
Right.
versus
right.
because I don't feel like both in their prime you can really go wrong.
And it ain't neither one on one none.
And that's
You know
what
what
my
I'm
next question do. Who do y'all think will win a championship first, or do you think that both will retire with no championships?
Tommy?
I'm gonna go with Russ.
You think Russ will get a championship before James?
I go with Russ. James, he hasn't proven to be successful in the playoffs.
And
So
one thing that I can say about both of them is their level of digression is ridiculous.
Right.
My man's when they play bad, they play bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like James Harden might get one first. If he get one. If one of them got one, it'll probably be James Harden first because the team that he's on is more equipped.
I think he's in a better situation.
Yep.
But I think James will have to be Robin to Joel Embiid's Batman.
Absolutely.
And Joel Embiid got to play MVP caliber basketball. He got to prove that he's the most dominant big man in the league. And if he can do that, then I think they can at least get to the finals. And then, once you get there, it's whatever happen can happen.
You're 1,000% right. I'm all 100% in support of that.
And the East a little bit sweeter.
The East are always sweet.
Not always now. The East making some moves now.
All right.
Got Spider Mitchell down there in the East now. They got a lot of moves they're making in the East. Brooklyn look like they might be back to full strength.
You think that's going to be enough?
For Brooklyn?
Let me ask you, do you think Brooklyn can actually get to full strength? Because I don't think they've ever been at full strength. So do you think right now, based on what they have, they've done played preseason games together and Ben Simmons actually got on the court this time around, you think they can get their shit together?
I think early they'll struggle because right now they don't have a clear identity.
Right.
Like right now they don't. They talking about playing Ben Simmons at power forward and center, and you got to get guys like Ben Simmons to buy into that because he in his mind he's a point guard and he wants to be a point guard. He wants the ball in his hand, and Kyrie wants the ball in his hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
That's
then you got
the problem.
the ultimate killer on your team, which is Kevin Durant, who is going to get the ball in his hand. So at the end of the day, it's about getting those guys to buy into the system, and I don't think that Steve Nash is the right captain for that ship.
Nope. I agree with you wholeheartedly about Steve Nash for sure, because Steve Nash is not he don't have the locker room like he need to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that is a big part of the problem. Tommy, what you think? You think Brooklyn can get the form and be a contender in the East?
I think so.
What you think it'll take from Ben Simmons?
You gotta shoot the ball, man.
He gotta shoot the ball 100%. You hit that spot on, because my man say it ain't that I can't shoot.
We
I
can't
just
tell.
don't shoot.
Yeah.
You know
That
what
don't
I'm
make
saying?
no sense.
Stupidest shit ever. Like, no lie, bro. Like, it's the worst. Like,
Give us the attempts.
exactly. At least try. Like, you don't know until you try. I tell my kids that all the time.
Yeah.
Look, you lose and fail at 100% of the shots that you don't take. You miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. And he don't shoot nothing.
We'll
So
tell you
no,
a
no,
little
no.
brickmaster.
exactly.
Yeah, he right there, top candidate.
Top candidate.
But did you see, going back to Steve Nash and his locker room leadership ability, did you see what they kind of said what made him and Kyrie fall out?
No. Fill me in.
Now allegedly, this ain't proven, but allegedly Kyrie said in the locker room one time Steve Nash was giving a speech and he was kind of down on him and talking, and Kyrie blurted out, "Get Kobe them MVPs you stole back from
Oh
him."
my God. Bruh, listen, if he did that shit, Kyrie might be my new favorite player if he did that in the middle of the speech.
Kobe was his man, and
yeah,
he felt
that's
like,
crazy.
man said, "Get Kobe them MVPs you stole back from him."
He damn sure stole
You
them.
done stole 2 MVPs, you in here trying to talk to us like you something better.
Right, like you special. You ain't special. You a thief. Oh man, all right. Listen, in on God's team, that's what I call him. Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole in his face so hard that his whole body looked like it was falling apart. Guru, I'm going to ask you first before I ask you, Tommy. Do you think Draymond Green should be fined, suspended, or just nothing?
They're not suspending him.
Right.
I think they did fine him. Or did they not fine him?
They ain't fine him either.
I thought they fined him.
He coming right back on
Right.
Thursday.
Yeah, play a little preseason. Get ready for the regular season, man. You have scuffles like that at camp, man, in your organization. You see it all the time in football. You see it all the time in football. Players get caught up and tangled up, and every training camp you have fights. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's the best thing for the team.
Okay. If you ain't seen the footage, take a look. My man tried to rip his head off, bro.
Man, it looked like, to me, from watching the footage, it looked like Draymond Green was mad at Jordan Poole because he didn't bet the 3-pick parlay that the Guru gave out on the Guru and the Swami show. And he felt like that was the big ticket to kind of get them, because both of them up for a contract. I think Draymond in the option year and Jordan Poole up for a new contract. So it looked like Draymond was mad at Jordan Poole for not playing the 3-pick exact, and he added a couple extra legs that he might have got from another handicapper, and he kind of questioned Jordan Poole on what happened.
God damn, I know the feeling about putting the leg up there. Not necessarily getting from another handicapper,
to
but
blow you up.
Putting that extra leg that the handicapper did not tell me to put up there. Story of my life. God damn. Tommy.
I seen you had a 9-pick and a 10-pick. You missed by one.
Every time, bro. Oh, my gosh. It's the worst.
You look disgusted when you said that, man. But don't worry. We're going to get you back to the wonder this week.
That's what I'm talking about. Guru and the Swami podcast. Tune in tomorrow. Tune in. Make sure you do it. All right. Tommy, what you think about the punch? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
You're a father, Tommy. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm a and Guru, you're a father too. But I'm gonna switch it up from Tommy a little bit. Tommy, you're a father. If that was your son, if Jordan Poole was your son, and you seen that video, how you feel about it? He had to take a drink.
You got to get into what happened. It was wrong. I think that as a veteran, Draymond, come on, man. He the little homie.
Right.
You can't glass Joe, the little homie.
Glass Joe.
Yeah.
Definitely glass Joe them.
Yeah. So it's like, it's another way to work that out. But I'm not sure what took place, what happened. So maybe Draymond felt.
Listen, the way he hit him, you would thought that he said something about Draymond dead relative.
Mama,
But
something.
I think that's just Draymond's natural reaction, though.
But
I don't think it was no extra force.
I ain't never see
But
him.
Draymond a big man anyway already,
that's-
so you know what I mean.
I just know it's a lot of people talk trash to Draymond.
And I ain't seen him buck like that.
Ever. You know what I'm saying? And it's a difference when he bucking at somebody smaller. If he bucking at DeAndre Ayton or something.
So you saying he picking and choosing?
Like Floyd Mayweather.
No, hold on now. Floyd ain't pick and choose, man. Floyd fought.
Oh no, Floyd picked and choose.
Floyd
And at the end of his career, he was.
You talking about the end of his career, man. The man was 45, 50 years old.
No,
you want him to go out there and fight top contenders?
He won't even 40 at this point.
Man, he whooped everybody he needed to whoop.
Yeah,
let's not
did.
get off subject.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you threw Floyd under the bus, like, you know what I mean? I got a rep for Floyd, man.
Hey, Floyd,
that's one of my favorite fighters all the
chose
time.
his opponents, you know?
You know what I mean? But with Draymond not a little guy. And he looked like he leaned perfectly into that right hand. And I do see him picking and choosing, but I will say this. It's a difference fighting in an NBA game than that practice, as we see by the fact that he wasn't suspended and he wasn't fined. If you punch somebody in the face in an NBA game, your ass getting suspended.
My thing
is getting fined.
My thing is how can you preach and talk brotherhood and we teammates, we go to bat for each other, we go to the end of this earth. It's like me fighting you.
That's not the same because we cousins and we never really had no disagreements to fight. But you done fought Deshaun plenty of times growing up. That's your brother. You know what I mean? We then got into it with KFC, Low and Kev. They done fought. Me and Brian done fought several times. You see what I'm saying? So brothers fight more so than cousins fight.
Right. But even with brothers fighting, brothers don't fight like they on the street and they fighting a stranger.
I don't know. I done fought Brian a couple of times like he was a stranger. You know what I mean? You got to fight sometimes like you're a stranger. It depends. But we still love each other because we brothers. So I think that's kind of up to Steph Curry and, Klay Thompson and them dudes to kind of rally the team around that fact that y'all still brothers. I don't know if Jordan Poole going to be able to take it. It'd be hard for me to take it because they are not really brothers.
Right.
Like you just a nigga
Right.
that punched me in the face
Right. Exactly. And you punched me in my face, and that was on.
and knocked me out. Now it's on TMZ.
It's on TMZ. And when he hit him, he ain't just hit him and he just stumbled back and fall. He hit him. It was like Draymond hit him and said, "Oh shit, I hit him too hard."
Right.
And then tried to catch him.
So that's brotherly love, cause he ain't follow up with the 2-3 piece. He could have destroyed him.
Listen, he could have destroyed him. You're 100% right. But that's not brotherly love,
That's
man.
brotherly love, man. You remember the time Trail picked Deshaun up and Alicia Kitchen and put him on it? That's brotherly love, man. Deshaun said something, man.
That's Trail was mad in the motherfucker. That's what that was. Deshaun pissed people off. It happens, you know. But even like with Sean, like any fight or whatever I got into with him, it'll be more of a wrestling match. You know, we rolling around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna try to physically hurt him in a long term perspective. Like, man, the way Draymond threw that punch, bro, you would have thought that he was literally fighting for his life, or a dude on the street that was trying to rob him. I don't know what it was, but the punch did not have "You my brother" written on it.
I'm gonna say this: it's only been one time in my life that I've been punched in my face to the point where I've been kind of dazed or to the ground, and Brian Trotman punched me. He snuck me, but he punched me. He caught me. I had a TV in my hand, man, stole me. And that's my brother, so it happens.
Stole, I got it.
Stole me. I was coming downstairs, me and Brian were beefing, and, you know, I had bought him a TV, and I got mad and said, I'm taking my TV back, and I done took the TV. I'm coming down the stairs with the TV. As soon as I get down the stairs, he run down the stairs and punched me in the face.
Oh, my God.
I dropped the TV and fell to the goddamn ground with the TV.
Man, look, it's a good thing that we can have those conversations with our brothers.
Yeah. You know, it happens.
Nothing like
man.
it.
It happens. So I hope they patch it up, man, because they got a team that's kind of primed to repeat.
Yeah.
You know, especially with James Wiseman looking like he the old best player in the world again. Like, you know, when he was coming out of high school and stuff like that, he was the best player in the nation. And he's looking like he is that type of player again. And he's healthy, and the team is healthy. Clay is coming back. He got a year under his belt. And they look like they can do it again. So that is a big key to them repeating.
Absolutely.
The camaraderie in the locker room. Or they're going to have to get rid of Draymond.
That was going to be my next question. You think they're going to re-sign Draymond?
No, he's definitely not getting re-signed.
And he's going to probably be looking for a max contract. So
Even more so now because he feel like the organization is against him.
crazy, deranged. You better believe it. If you don't know, now you know. All right, let's talk about Devontae Adams. We said we was going to come back to this. Devontae Adams, he was mad that they lost. And on his way towards the locker room, he pushed a worker down. I'm going to call him a worker because I don't know what the hell he was doing. But he pushed a worker down. He ain't pushing down hard. It wasn't like he just like float him, you know what I'm saying? But he just pushed him out his way. Dude got hit his way. He pushed him out his way. Dude fell. He had all the equipment and everything, and he fell with the equipment and everything. And this morning they say he's getting assault charges. You think he should get those charges? I'm gonna start with you, Tommy.
Absolutely.
He was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Guru?
You can't put your hands on people out of frustration, man.
Because you're mad.
You want to apologize once you realize you was wrong. Yeah, he should be charged, man. The man did the right thing. Like,
They pay him to be professional.
right?
Man.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day,
know that come with it, man.
And I mean, I think it's one of those things where the professionalism that a player have in professional sports is equivalent to their shield.
right? And it's not like this man was a fan or a heckler. This man doing his job.
Right, exactly. Like,
This what he paid to do. Take these type of camera shots and these type of moments of players that's frustrated or players that's, you know what I mean, and situational. And you interfere. That's just like him coming on the field with the camera while you trying to catch a touchdown pass.
exactly. Stupidest shit ever.
Yeah.
Makes no sense why you would come close to putting your hands on somebody because you mad that y'all lost.
But ain't nobody tell you to leave Aaron Rodgers for Derek Carr.
That's the
Nobody
key.
told you to do that, Devontae.
He beat
So
himself in the ass.
you will
now.
have your day in court, and man, may the best man win.
May the best man win. If homeboy try to be gritty, he might lose.
But that won't the only push over the weekend. Primetime got into a little post-game scuffle
Coach Pride
down there in Jackson State, man. What did he say, Tommy?
Who ain't swag?
If I ain't swag, who is swag? If I ain't swag.
Oh my gosh, man! Like, number one, why would you want to be swag? but I'm just saying, like,
Did you see the post-game interview? Did you see the interview?
You ain't see it? Take a look.
That kind of disturbed me out of all the comments. That I'm not swag. Who is? I got time today. Who is swag? If I ain't swag, who is swag? If I ain't swag, who is swag? If I ain't swag, who is swag? Baby, who is? What more? I'm feeling good now. Yeah.
Man, my man Prime say, Prime got time today. Hey, my man say, Prime got time today.
Oh my god!
And they say, do stuff like that motivate you? Prime say, I don't need no motivation, dog.
he did.
My mama working 2 jobs, trying to make ends connect was my motivation. Like, Prime, ain't nobody talking about that, Prime. What is you talking about?
Bro.
Prime went all the way back to Fort Myers, Florida, and him making it to the NFL, man, and all that. Shout out to Prime, man. Prime, you are a marketing genius.
Absolutely.
Because the man got a whole Who Ain't Swag video. The man got
Oh, my
Who Ain't
gosh.
Swag hoodies. He got all type of stuff going on off the
Who
man
ain't swag
saying,
merch coming.
yeah, Who Ain't Swag
I'll
merch.
buy one.
Prime, send me one of them Who Ain't
Straight
Swag
up. Who ain't
hoodies,
swag?
man, so I can wear on the show. And we got one of our own that play for Jackson State, man, that's up under Prime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Norfolk's own.
Norfolk's own, man. And his page is the page I saw. They got a whole remix of the Who Ain't Swag
Oh my gosh.
video.
That is
Players dancing, they practice and hollering.
Yeah.
Who ain't swag? And Prime in the middle, he got his I am swag hoodie on.
Yeah.
Boy, you gotta
oh
love it.
my gosh.
Who wouldn't want to play for Prime?
Man. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I definitely hope he stay in the historically black college circuit because he making a difference.
Prime, you got to get away from that. Them boys trying to fight you now.
Oh
they say
my
you
gosh.
ain't swag.
They just hate us, Prime, but you've been having haters your whole life, even when you had a Jerry Curl. So, that's a part of the process. Listen, there's some good games coming up on this weekend for college. You got a bunch of undefeated teams playing each other. You got the number 10 Penn State, Nittany Lions 5-0, which we got one in Norfolk's on
They
Penn
got
State.
an awful boy
You
running
know,
that ball down there.
Running
Penn
that
State.
rock. They 5-0 going against number 5 Michigan. They 6-0. We also got the number 3 team, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
They going against the number 16 Tennessee, and they still don't know if their quarterback gonna be there.
Obama.
Yep.
He better be.
They
Tennessee
need
looking
him.
like a team that's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be easy to beat down there in Tennessee this year.
Absolutely. And then number 8 Oklahoma State, they 5-0. They're gonna take on number 13 TCU at 5-0. TCU just came off a great win against the undefeated at the time Kansas.
Kansas was pump faking.
They was pump faking.
They were pump faking.
Oh, that's
them
so
definitely some good games, and I'm locked in on all of them. I'm interested to see how Tennessee is going to fare against Bama, because Tennessee usually in these games like this, they're kind of piss down their leg
funny. Right.
when it comes to teams like Bama and things like that. Oklahoma State and TCU, they the last 2 remaining unbeaten teams in the Big 12. people had a lot of questions about the Big 12 when Texas and Oklahoma said that they were leaving to go to the SEC. You know, Texas and Oklahoma leaving to go to the SEC. So people was saying that they had a whole lot of questions surrounding the Big 12 conference, and I think the Big 12 got like 5 ranked teams.
Yeah.
You know, and then Penn State and Michigan, man, both of them in the top 10, and it really don't get much bigger than that.
Yep.
And it's in the big house.
That's the difference maker right there. It's in the big house. When it's in the big house.
It's in the big house, but it's another big game going on.
Uh-oh.
Norfolk State homecoming
Ooh.
is also this week. And if you don't know, now you know. Norfolk State homecoming is this week, and Cutler's Janitorial will be in the building, and we got the owner of Cutler's Janitorial here. You might get an opportunity to come out there and work
And make some
the
bread.
Norfolk State homecoming
Make some
game, and
bread.
we're gonna let Mr. George Cutler III
Tell them about
give you a little more information
my alma mater.
about your alma mater.
Exactly.
We might need you out there working on the camera,
Come through.
full of production.
All right, Tom, tell us about what's going on North State homecoming weekend.
Well, if you're from Norfolk, you know every year Norfolk State shares a week of events for the homecoming services. Not services, but events. What we'll be doing is providing service, event staffing services for the game, the tailgates, all the festivities going on. Come on out if you're available. You know, if you can hack it, you know, come on out, give us a hand. You know, my number 757-535-2858. Cutler's Janitorial.
And look, if you seen the commercial, you know the number on the commercial.
You know the number and you know the website. But if you don't know the website, what is the website?
www.cutlersjanitorial.com. Take a look. We offering full-time, part-time positions, you know, providing services throughout the Hampton Roads area. Janitorial, event staffing, stripping and waxing. We just opened a new division of our company, the carpet division, you know, so we're back in action, cleaning
major.
a lot of carpets, especially leaning into the holiday season, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Get them carpets cleaned. We'll be doing some marketing, advertising real soon for those services that we provide.
Okay. Hey, listen, if you need work, number one, if you need work, or if you just want to make some extra money, reach out to Tommy with Cutler Janitorial, because guess what? If you need some money, if you want some money, we are telling you that there's money there. All you got to do is reach out to get it.
And you know one thing, one of the sayings of the guru is, if we don't do nothing else, we going to get you some money. Now
What?
we got another way to get you some money without putting the bet in. We're going to give you a chance to go down there and work for Cutler's Janitorial. And if you can't reach Cutler, call me. DM me, message me, and I'll put you in direct contact. As you can see, I am directly related to Mr. Cutler himself, so I can put you in the right direction. But if you want a job or need a job or just need a couple extra dollars, you know, the holidays coming up, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got New Year's, and you got Valentine's Day. If you got a special someone, you might need a couple extra dollars,
Yeah.
and Cutler's Janitorial will
It's-
get that for you.
Willing to provide you with what you need, as long as you're willing to provide them with what they need.
And they got on-the-job training.
On the job training, and even with no experience, you know, that part doesn't matter. You know, the idea is just to kind of bring it back to the neighborhood. You know, what we're trying to do is just to build a conglomerate within the Norfolk Hampton Roads area, providing opportunity for those who want it. You know, for those who can gravitate towards the opportunity of bettering yourself,
Mhm.
picking up trash. I can leave it there, because that's pretty much what we do. Outside of the terms of picking up trash, you know, we cleaning the neighborhood. we're cleaning these facilities, we're cleaning these buildings. As everyone knows, after the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
the cleanliness is important, to our health, to our future, to the economy. So nobody wanted to sign up to do that job, so I took it upon myself. For 12 years strong now, we've been, cleaning the neighborhood. So if you're available, if you're looking for something different, another opportunity, give me a call. Let's see if we can work something, and maybe we can help, clean your part of the neighborhood.
Please don't die over the neighborhood that your mama renting. If we trying to clean it up, let's clean it up. You know what I'm saying? I love it. All right, hey, listen. Coming up, we got the Guru's Pick of the Day. If you don't know now, you know. BetMoorSports will be back. And now it's time for the Guru's Pick of the Day.
The Guru's Pick of the Day is the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears under 39. Take everything you can beg, bar, and steal and put it on the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears under 39. It's calling for bad weather in Chicago on Thursday night, which is tonight. And these teams can't score the football. Like, both of them is sorry offensively. They can't run, they can't pass, they can't pretty much do anything. And you know how much I love Thursday night unders. Like, Thursday night is a night designated for unders. And though this is the type of game and these two type of teams scare me, because those are the two that might take it over. But I'm going to take everything I can beg, bar, and steal and put it on the under, because everything, like I say, outlines directly to the under. Washington actually is on a 12-5 under run at the current moment, so we're going to take it under.
There you have it. The Guru has spoken with the Guru's Pick of the Day. And with that said, man, listen, it's been a great afternoon. I've really enjoyed the entire process. I've sat and listened to the Guru and Tommy speak in regards to the Eagles and the Giants. I minimized my San Francisco 49ers with, our victory.
Thank you. We appreciate
that.
All in all, I just want to say it's been a good show, man, and I look forward. This is episode 31, Guru.
Yeah, and, it's we keep great entrepreneurs from around the area that provide great services to the community on the show. That's kind of how we designed the platform. But it's not too often that you get a BetMoorSports subscriber and a BetMoorSports sponsor on the show, man. So, we want to take our hats off and salute Cutler Janitorial, especially my man Tommy Cutler, man, for believing in our vision. He was able to kind of take his vision and put it to a level that, is sustainable and able to kind of create opportunities for others. And he didn't take that for granted. He kind of seen that we had a vision, and he said, man, how can I help to support? And,
right.
I just want to get his portion of understanding on the camera for those who don't know, the level of support that he has for BetMoorSports.
Just hands down, growing up, with the Guru, You know, we had it. We didn't have it bad, but you know, we had it. We had it fair. You know what I'm saying? We had it fair. You
Had
know?
it different.
It was different. You know, but just to get to a position and want to give back, you know, to the community, to join forces, you know, with BetMoorSports as a subscriber, you know, on this platform, it's giving me a lot of insight and understanding when it comes to sports. You know, of course, I played.
You was a safety, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hard hitting Joe.
Hard
Yeah.
hitting Joe.
Hitman.
The Hitman.
Yeah, but it just feels good to come back, you know, and work with my man, my dog, and Avery, you know, with BetMoorSports, you know, giving back to the community along with what I got going on, you know, just providing services. That's where we come from, man. We gotta, you know, we gotta make it work, make it shake, man. So, again, man, if there's anything that we can do from a janitorial standpoint, providing any services, commercial, residential, event staffing, give us a shout. You know, come help us, you know, take the neighborhood back,
Take the neighborhood back, man.
you know.
And that's what we're about. Did you enjoy yourself at the Keyshawn Davis fight?
Man, I did, man. It was actually, you know, that was the first fight that I had a chance to get to up close like that, you know, in support with the hometown. Keyshawn is I believe he has a promising future. You know,
Promising future,
Absolutely.
man. We all do.
definitely gonna be in the rankings of some of the elite contenders for his class. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, we appreciate you, brother. Most definitely. Don't forget Norfolk State homecoming this week. If you want to get out there and get you a couple dollars, hit up Mr. Cutler, man. If you can't reach him, hit me or Avery up. It don't make a difference. Hit
Exactly.
anybody up, and we'll put you in the right direction. We got Norfolk State homecoming this weekend. We got Hampton homecoming next weekend.
That's right.
And we going to be staffing both of them.
Oh, we.
So, you know, get out there, man, and get you a couple extra dollars, like I say, for the holiday season.
Who got a reason to be broke? Not you.
Because this extra money you could be putting on the parlays. If you didn't watch the Guru and the Swami, I gave out a 3-pick deadbolt lock. Every one of my team, best prop, best total, all came through as well. So you could take some of this Cutler janitorial money and multiply it. That's what I mean when I say take everything you can beg, borrow, and steal.
Get money.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
And after football season, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be providing the same event staff and services for basketball season, for baseball season, for track season.
We in the building.
We cleaning up after the soccer game. So just, you know,
Tennis matches.
yeah, if you want to, you know, get involved, you know, if you're looking for opportunity, come holler at me.
It doesn't matter what it is. Cutler's Janitorial will clean that shit. You better believe it.
Man,
What-
I went into Mr. Miyagi.
Hey, with that said, man, that is the show for the evening. It's been great. We went over week 5. Tuning in to week 6. Guru, what's your game of the week for week 6?
Dallas and Philly, and if Tommy lose, I'm going to give him the blues. But if Tommy win, the Swami, my brother,
Oh, the Swami gonna
all
feel
my
that
brothers,
It's gonna be a good one.
we going to have a discussion. So no matter who win or lose, somebody going to get the blues.
What we watching the game at? That's
That's
probably
the
gonna
question.
That's the real question.
One. That's the question.
Not to get the swam in on
We might be watching it in Philly.
Damn.
you ain't lying.
That's it.
You ain't lying, dog. I've been looking at them Super Bowl tickets already.
Super
Super
man, we
Bowl
talking about
tickets.
Sunday. That man always at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl tickets.
This what I've been dealing with, man, for the last 30 plus years. This type of foolishness.
Oh man, that is
But
crazy.
again, man, we appreciate you, man, and
Always.
we'll catch you on the Guru and the Swami show. BetMoorSports.com is where you subscribe. You can catch us on YouTube, BetMoorSports, Twitter, BetMoorSports, TikTok, BetMoorSports, Facebook, BetMoorSports. And if you want to get personal with the Guru, you can catch me at BetMoorSports_Guru on all those same social media platforms.
If you want to get personal with the guru, absolutely.
And if you want to get personal with Avery, he got a few handles too. He don't do nothing but share other people reels all day. But you know,
I mean, why not? You know, it's all about fun. I like to have fun. So, like I said to that shit. Oh man, it's been a great night. www.betmoorsports.com. Make sure y'all check it out. Tune in, subscribe. This podcast here, like, comment, subscribe, share it. The more you share it, the better. Everybody need to hear this. So make sure you do it. With that said, we are out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night. Peace.
till next time.